screen.
There we go.
Hopefully everyone can see us. We're all good? Excellent. Well, it is 9:01. Welcome this Wednesday morning to 1 Million Cups Fairfax edition. I'm James Lawson, one of the organizers here at 1 Million Cups, so I will be your MC for this morning. For those of you who are first timers or don't know much about what we do here, 1 Million Cups is actually part of the Kaufman Foundation, and we work with communities and entrepreneurship and education to increase opportunities that allow all people to learn, take risks, and to own their own success. Now, we are a national and a local mission, right? We work towards this mission through creating consistent and educational experiences for each one MC presenter nationwide, while also highlighting the uniqueness and value proposition in each local startup community. Now, we do have our key pillars. We have 4 of them. First one is we do presentations, not pitches. So if you're here looking for money, not going to happen. Right? It's not what we do here. We believe in authentic connections, not networking. There are 150,000 networking things you can do in the DMV area. This isn't one of them. But we do look at ourselves being more of a mastermind type community. On that note, we are run for the community, by the community, and we are radically and intentionally inclusive. So, welcome to visitors. If this is your first time, please raise your hand, and when called on, please do these 3 things, and these 3 things only. Give us your name, your company name, and how you heard about us. So, if this is your first time here, or your first time back in a long, long time, then feel free to raise your hand and introduce yourself. Who's going to call people out? John or Melinda?
I can if you want.
On you go, hon. Yeah, go on, Bill.
Sure. Sean, we've got Sean and then Sandra. And then we have David who's back again.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Sean Maxwell with Assisted Living Locators, and I learned about 1 Million Cups, I think, from the Central Fairfax Chamber of Commerce website or something, and I've heard talk about it before. It's been mentioned by a colleague, I think.
Awesome. Welcome, Sean.
Thank you.
Next up is Sandra.
Oh,
Yeah.
next?
Sandra. Yep.
All right.
And then Richard Hahn afterwards.
Okay, thank you. I am Sandra Connor with Video Grows, and I was invited by John Rutenberg.
Welcome.
I'm Richard Hahn. I have my own practice where I engineer growth with small and medium-sized businesses. And I've heard about this organization. I was actually at the one in Oklahoma City back in 2015, but
Wow.
wanted to see what y'all have been up to since then. So
Welcome.
David Hillison, I own D Hill Financial. I know that John Rutenberg would like to take credit, but it is probably Tom Shipe or John Norse.
That's great.
Or James
so
Lawson.
Anybody except John.
Hillison, it is fantastic to see you, man.
Anyone else?
I want to share. We have 29 participants.
Yes, we've got a good group.
Yeah.
We've got a good group.
I'm new here.
Please introduce yourself.
Absolutely. My name's Carlos Castro. I heard about it from Max Naumenko. He's a financial advisor for Edward Jones. I heard about it yesterday. We chatted yesterday. And I'm actually looking for a business to acquire in the DMV. So I've been searching for a locally owned, family-run business. So I've been networking with a lot of folks in electrical as well as in the trades. Nice to meet everybody.
Is there anybody else in the waiting room who's new? We're now up to 30.
And James, nice to see you again. You were at our ETA event a few months ago.
Yeah. It's a great event. Great event. All right, listen, if we didn't get to you, we'll get to you at the end. No worries. Let's kind of move it along if we can. So here's what we'd like you to do, if you can. We'd love for you to check in. You'll see there's a QR code on your screen. This just allows us and the organization as a whole to track attendance, like see how we're doing in terms of attendees, etc. And today's a good day with 30 people here. So scan the QR code if you can and just make sure that you check in. So as I said, it's run by the community for the community, and nothing in 1MC happens in a silo. So this is our organizing team, or as I like to call them, the FBI's most wanted. Everyone in the team plays a part, a little part, a bigger part, but we all contribute to putting this event on every single week, and we thank you for it. Now, we do and are always looking for new people who may want to join. So if you're interested, let us know, and we'll certainly get in contact with you and see if it's going to be a good fit. So we have two main sponsors. We've got the George Mason Enterprise Center, and our coffee sponsor for this month is the Laundry Basket. Is Hyacinth here? I don't know if I saw her name.
Yes.
You here, Hyacinth?
I am here.
Excellent. Go ahead and tell everyone about the Laundry Basket.
Sure. So first of all, good morning, everyone. My apologies. I misinterpreted my commute to Baltimore, so I'm still in my car. But I hope that everyone has had their coffee. So I am Hyacinth, and I am the proud owner of the Laundry Basket. I started the business 3 years ago to help out a friend. So we are a platform that provides full service, on-demand laundry, dry cleaning, and alteration services straight to your doorstep, 7 days a week. And I quickly realized that she wasn't the only one that was inundated with laundry. And so there are other busy professionals, caregivers, seniors, just everyone. And then we quickly expanded into providing services for businesses as well. So we work with gyms, spas, hotels, university department stores, airlines, as well as the government on the local, state, and federal side. Since 3 years ago, we have expanded into Atlanta, Houston, Cleveland, and we have a small footprint in Toronto, Canada as well. And that is what we do. And on another plug, I have been named a semifinalist in the Inc. magazine UPS Store Small Biz Challenge. So I will definitely put that link in when I get somewhere stable so that you can vote for me. Only one representing this region, but you would vote for me anyway, even if there were 10 other people representing the region, because I know that you guys love me. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Hyacinth, and congratulations. That's amazing. Yes.
Thank you.
Get us a link so we can vote. Right, we need to vote. So congrats and thanks for that. So a little bit how the meeting is going to work. We're going to have a 8 to 10 minute presentation from Sina, who's going to talk us a little bit about his business and his challenge. We will then open it up for questions. Please keep your phones or your Zoom muted. You'll be asked to raise your hand if you have a question. The questions, please keep them concise. Sina, where possible, keep your answer concise, right? So we can get through as many questions as possible. And yeah, we're here to offer guidance and encouragement. Very, very simple. So our presenter this week, Enerytics. Sina, I'm going to hand it over to you to do your presentation. As you wish me to go through each slide, just say next slide, please, and I will progress through. Make sense?
Morning, everyone. Thanks for having me. My name is Sina. I'm founder, CEO at Enerytics. Next slide, please. Yes. So we're actually, my company is a member at Mason Enterprise Center, and I have been in these meetings, learned a lot about past entrepreneurs and experts that are handling these meetings. I worked as AI scientist for about a decade at multiple Fortune 500 companies before starting my own venture. And the first product that we were working on was an AI-driven optimization platform for optimizing the operation of energy technologies at commercial and industrial sites. But as you may already know, the energy industry is going into a lot of challenges and changes because of the policy and financial and market structural changes. And we feel that there is a time for us to shift and find some other opportunities to solve through our platform that we have designed so far and our expertise. So next slide, please. So the main question and the main challenge that we're having today, and we are looking to get insights from everyone here, is how to find and engage with pilot customers who are urgently in need of scheduling and dispatching optimization. So this is what I personally did in my previous jobs. The product that we were working on in the past couple of years, and now we're looking for some new opportunities. So next slide, please. Yeah, as I mentioned, we started this company in 2023. We did a lot of customer discovery, the ICO program, talking to a lot of customers, doing market research, designing MVP, finding pilot partners and testing that. But now there is a time to shift. Next slide, please. So the problem that we are focusing on is that the traditional existing scheduling platforms, they bring visibility for companies, organizations, but they're not providing intelligence. And because of that, companies are still dealing with a lot of overtime, idle time for their resources, workforce, assets. They deal with a lot of customer pains, and the schedulers are burning out because of this problem. So next slide, please. So how we are making potential ways to make money is subscription money, subscription fee, monthly, annual fee for the platform, PayPal it, integration, and also partnerships. Next slide, please. So what we offer is an intelligence, a decision intelligence layer, AI-driven intelligence layer on top of these scheduling systems that already installed in many organizations, in many company systems, to find inefficiencies and recommend better scheduling patterns, better dispatching patterns to bring more value to the companies, increase revenue, and decrease costs. The ideal customers that we have already found through doing market research, and we certainly need feedback on it, are mid-market companies that are operationally intensive. They have a lot of assets and labors that they need daily dispatch. They have high transactions every day, and they need to handle a lot of services, packages, deliveries to be met. Potential market segments are home services, home healthcare, logistics, facility management, property management. What we are bringing as value, we identify inefficiencies and help find hidden capacity within the schedule, I think within the dispatch, that they can do more. Companies can do more with existing resources, existing assets, so they don't need to add any extra headcount. So we're not going to replace any scheduling dispatch system. We're just going to be a decision intelligence on top of that and bring intelligence on top of the visibility that they already have. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned, the ideal customer are mid-market companies that they're not small enough that manual processes still works for them, but they are not still large enough to adopt enterprise level scheduling and field service management systems. So companies that could benefit from partnering with us, field service management platform, workforce scheduling platform, ERP systems, operation management system, or technology companies that are already serving this target market. And we are looking where the channels that we have identified so far are industry partnerships, definitely, cold outreach, and industry association. Professional groups are the ones that we feel they are the right one to use and leverage to find potential customers. So next slide, please. There are three potential competitors. The first one are field service management platforms. But as I mentioned, if not all, majority of them are bringing visibility, not intelligence today. The second set are companies that provide route optimization tools, but they are just focusing on routes rather than have a holistic optimization approach to take care of other operational constraints. And the third one, of course, is the current existing system, scheduling modules in ERP or manual tools that companies are already using, and they're happy with that. Next slide, please. So yes, again, the companies already, I'm sure majority of them have some scheduling platforms, but they're not having an intelligence layer and advanced optimization that bring more value and identify opportunities to do more with existing systems and assets. Next slide, please. Yes. So the question is, again, refining the ICP and the target markets that we have identified and how to find companies and market segments that urgently having this pain point in their scheduling and dispatch system and can benefit from an optimization layer on top of that. Thank you.
Awesome.
Right.
Thank you.
Great job.
Yeah, great job, man. So we're going to move into Q&A. Mr. Foster is going to work as a moderator for this segment. Yes, you are. And so in your toolbar, you will see I think in the chat piece, you can raise your hand like a virtual hand. John will call on you. Please keep yourself muted until you are called on. But yeah, please keep your questions as concise as you can, and also your answers as concise as you can. I will stop sharing for the moment. So, Mr. Foster, over to you.
All right. So questions. I know in the chat, Richard, I was just going to call on you. You had a question. Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, Sina, do you have a product that can be demonstrated?
We have a pilot ready prototype that we can definitely show you.
Okay. Is it just one question, or can I ask another one?
Go ahead, Richard.
So have you approached any sort of home services business that does a lot of road work and scheduling manually, such as a lawn care company?
We have reached to some of the local HVAC, electrical, plumbing service companies, but not a lot. And to one that we have reached out, we haven't got any attention yet.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Richard. Hyacinth.
Okay. All right. So, of course, I'm in the home services field, so I'm just trying to understand. So, of course, we have a scheduler, and so when you say that you layer upon it and you optimize it, I'm still unclear as to what is the service that you're providing. What is the benefit for me to get this program?
So, with the help of yes, so we help with the help of AI and analytics. We try to find a different sort of job assignment and sequence of jobs that can increase the revenue and decrease cost. So that's simple. So the scheduler is already doing all these tasks, but we are going to find inefficiencies and hidden capacity and find different sort of sequence and job assignment that help you do your job better and more.
Okay, is it possible, and this is just my last question, is it possible for you to give me an example? So like an actual company and what you were able to do? I think I'm still missing something.
So for example, consider a home service company, an HVAC, that has a lot of technicians and they dispatch daily their technicians to different home locations to provide service. So they need to assign these jobs to technicians and they have a sequence of jobs. They have the routing. So by finding a different sort of set of assigning these jobs to different technicians and recommending different routes, we can help them to increase the number of jobs completed, reduce idle time, reduce their drive time, and help them to not work overtime.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Hyacinth. Let's jump over to AJ.
Yeah, good morning. Sina, you talked about, and nice meeting you. I know we met last time in the event, and thank you for coming on board, for presenting. Now you talked about the home health services, I believe, as your target buyers. And there could be many others like them as well, the businesses. Now, one of the ways, have you tried targeting the franchisors? Because if you get one franchisor, you get multiples through them. And for that, there is an association and a national IFA, and they are right in DC.
Yes.
So those, I don't know if you have or not, but one of the targets could be those kind of entities.
We have not actually, and I'm not familiar with that association. What is that name?
I'll send you the information. It's
Thank
IFA. And I'll see if I have the emails from them.
Okay.
They need business, so it might help to connect with them, at least get some information from them. I can email you the information.
Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, AJ. Sina, just so you know, you're going to get a recording of all this as well as a transcript of the chat as well.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, Melinda, you're up.
I'm busily taking notes in the chat. Question, do you also go after manufacturing companies?
We have not. How can we help them?
Well, I was looking at it as production and the processes and the shipping, because that would be a real natural. And if you're interested in that industry, the Business Journal puts out their book of lists every year. And if you're not getting the Business Journal and their book of lists, you need to, because you can also go online and go back and get it forever. But they have manufacturing companies, and I think they divide it by size of manufacturing companies, and there are a lot of lists. And I just immediately went, because I come out of manufacturing companies and CPG industry, I started thinking about how your software and products could be really useful, because from the point of the sale, production has to produce it, then they have to pack it, then they have to ship it, and then they have to deliver it. It's a big process, and there's a real natural there. There's a manufacturers association that you can go after. There are trade shows that you could do. You could become a keynote speaker. And I also would recommend testimonials from some of your current clients that you can video and put up on your website.
Right. Thank you, Melinda.
Thank you.
Let's jump over to Steve. And Stephen, good morning.
Yes. Two things. First, I second AJ's comment totally about the IFA, and I would like to go one step further. Maybe you might want to go out and exhibit at the IFA's convention. It's an annual convention. Second, what kind of funds are you going to need to be able to scale this, to get this to get going forward?
So, sorry, your question about funding?
Yeah, how much money are you going to need to make this happen?
I guess for a mid-sized company to develop a customized product that can be testable for them, it's somewhere between 30 and 50K.
So you need all right, $30,000 to $50,000. That's not bad. So you can probably you should be able to self-fund that for that. Okay. All right, that's good.
Thank you, Stephen. John Rutenberg. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. And Sina, thank you so much, man. Great to have you in our group and to present.
Thank you, John.
2 quick points. On messaging, you answered, I understand what you're trying to do, what you do. I love least cost routing. I used to spend hours figuring out how to get somewhere the least expensive way while minimizing my idle time. Okay. And with AI, I'm sure it's expansive. So first, I'm hearing about all these amazing industries that might be relevant to your product. My first suggestion is choose one industry. Start there. Not sure which one yet. Second, as you message and build your messaging, you have to speak to the specific savings or revenue that you produce. By you being able to schedule more optimally than the standard products that are out there, and therefore that technician can get to 6 jobs in a day rather than 5 jobs in a day, you just improved revenue. At the same time, when you've minimized the gas expense through routing, you've saved costs. Now, if my ROI 5 to 1, for every dollar I pay you, am I getting $5 back? That's your messaging, whatever that ROI is. And because Hyacinth is in the business of, I'm so happy you mentioned that you spoke up, Hyacinth, because I was going to say, gosh, I know somebody who runs routes. And makes all the sense in the world. But you have to be able to say, as a result of using us for the first 90 days, you're going to see a 12% increase in X profit. It's going to cost you $1,000 and you're going to get $4,000. Back at you, Hyacinth.
Thank you, John Rutenberg. Tom, you're up.
Hey, Sina, good presentation. I really like your product and the potential it has. It reminds me of maybe a smaller scale version of what you're trying to build, of like what, the FedExes, the UPSs have taken on for route optimization and transportation management. So you can build an affordable solution for the small to mid-sized customers, right? In small bite-sized chunks, rather than trying to build off a huge proprietary platform that they have developed themselves.
Exactly.
Great. One thing, I think Melinda had mentioned it before, and I totally agree with all the other comments that have come up so far. Look for a major transportation management event. I don't specialize in the transportation management, like marketing for those conferences, but I would assume that there's a boatload of technology that's available. And that may be a great event for you to like kind of showcase your prototype and your MVP that you've built out. And then you can probably even build some leads and also find some ambassadors to kind of help you, promote your solution to different channels.
Great. Thank you, Tom.
Sure.
James Lawson, you're up, sir.
Dina, couple of questions, and then a bit of guidance. So could a large organization use this as a small prototype in part of and only part of their service, or does it have to be over everything? Right. What I'm thinking about is you can go to a mid-sized company and they may not want to deploy this on a full scale, but do you have the ability to actually pilot this on a smaller scale, even with a larger organization? That's part number one. The second thing is John Rutenberg, as always, 100% correct. The play isn't the software or the platform. The play is, what does it actually do for the company in terms of ROI, profitability? I think what you might want to do is to build something that actually shows this, like pictorially, if you will, or even a demo version of this. Because I think, even though I understand it, and I think I'm a pretty smart guy, in my head, I'm still trying to draw, like, what does this look like in actuality, right? And so it's a little bit ephemeral for me quite yet. So I would suggest that maybe what you do is put together a demo platform that also shows, here's what you used to have, here's what you can have with us, is the demo, and then show the ROI, the benefits and everything, and layer that on top. That makes more sense, especially if you're going to a landscape. I mean, landscapers are landscapers, right? They do certain things a certain way, for instance. And so it's just easier for them to get their head around. But I do agree. I think the franchising thing is really interesting because those guys are always looking for a leg up. And anything that they can roll out to their franchisees is always a value add to them, right? And so I think that's probably something that you might want to look at. But right now, I would want to build something I could show. And I think that's where you're having a problem getting people to latch on, is they don't really know what this thing looks like. So you might want to think about that. All right. Cool.
Thank you, James. AJ.
All right. So getting back, thought a few more business categories you could approach. Trade show companies, because I know a couple of years back we went to a trade show and that they were in the promo business, and there's a heck lot of material handling and shipping and all that stuff going on there. So those could be and those guys even sit on top of the IFAs of the world, because these guys come and really manage the show there. So that could be another category you could think about. And also, as John and James mentioned and others, you may want to have, like the demos and all this stuff, you may want to have a marketing collateral ready to go and hit your targeted buyers. So it's like building your sales funnel. So right from those hundreds, you want to narrow it down to about, let's say, 5 people or 10 people where you can have one-to-one conversations, and leave them something where they will remember you, like something like a coaster which has your offerings and all the stuff coming through digital transformation. So those are the kind of things whereby you can really optimize your resources and maximize your reach. Those are the things. And if you are interested, we can talk. Thank you.
Thank you, AJ. Oh, welcome back, Richard.
So I want to piggyback off of something that James talked about, and that's being able to see the capability that you're marketing, right? Having doing that crawl, walk, run type of approach to getting your product out there, getting as much exposure to your target audience, but doing it in baby steps first, right? You crawl. So find something small that you can apply it to. And I brought up landscaping companies, before. I don't know how much runway you have with your company, but if you can, just partner up with somebody and say, let's do this, then you have a story to tell your bigger clients, right? It's all about the storytelling. How do you save money? This is the demonstrable effects that this company had. And I know it's not necessarily the most glamorous industry, but you can work your way up, but you have to be able to show real results. So make it tangible to the folks who are going to buy it. So appreciate it.
Great. Thank you, Richard. Let's see. We have one of the 3 Johns here, John Rutenberg.
Thank God I'm going before John Norris because he would steal my idea, I'm sure. But no, thank you again. This is phenomenal comments. So I think you need to be able to calculate the revenue and savings based on several criteria that you would know better than I. But you know how credit card sales reps will come to you and always give you a better deal than your existing credit card processor? Or in the day of hardwired telephones, the phone vendors would come in and ask you for a year's worth of bills, analyze the bills, and tell you that they'll save you X. You can do that. Okay, how many miles are my people driving? What is my gas and maintenance expenses? Okay, so your calculator could do that up front.
Yes.
And then put your money where your mouth is and make it a guarantee. And even if you can only guarantee 75% of your estimate to give you a cushion, make it a guarantee. Produce it in the beginning. Produce the results first. You said pilot. And when those results are there, then they make good on the payment. This is to get off the ground, not forever.
Yes.
And again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, John Rutenberg. John Norris.
Hey, Sina, what are you doing now to find customers? I don't know if I heard you mention what you're doing currently to try to find customers.
The only thing that we're doing right now is cold outreach to local companies.
Okay.
And only in home services, John.
Now, are you doing all this sales as well as development, or who's doing at your company's responsible for business development?
I have a partner who is helping me on the outreach side, but on the development and preparing the messaging and documents, it's all me for now.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, John. James Lawson.
Tell me what it looks like or what it takes for you to deploy this into your business. Because I'm not sure we are absolutely clear about that. So if I give you a quick hypothetical, I'm a plumbing company. I mean, I'm not. It's a hypothetical. I'm a plumbing company, right? And I've got 50 trucks in my fleet that are bouncing around all over Arlington and Falls Church and Alexander, wherever. They're bouncing around. If you came to me and I'm like, hey, I'm interested in this, what would it take for you to deploy this into my business from a time and a cost standpoint? Roughly.
Okay, I have a more explanation than just one number, James. So the path that we're going to offer is we have a simple calculator, ROI calculator. So based on different factors that they already have, like what John simply mentioned, driving miles, idle time, technicians, how much benefit they would get out of this sort of investment potentially. Then we're going to ask them to share with us a few weeks of their schedule and dispatch. So we prepare them a report, a free report, complimentary, how much they would benefit if they use our system. Once they see the benefits, then we can start a pilot, potentially without any integration, that they can share files with us every day, and we can simply report back, or very simple integration, very simple. The reason that I'm saying that, we want them to see the value very fast, if there is any, and we also get feedback. So we don't want to wait for a few months to get their feedback. And then the last step would be a sort of full integration by defining an API. So we communicate with their scheduling and dispatch system. But we don't want to start with that, because especially for a small mid-size, that is time consuming, costly, and we don't want to go that route for now.
Right. So here's what I've got in a nutshell. The opportunity to get massive ROI with zero disruption. Like that's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Right. So that's a plate. My point being is that when you start talking about systems and integration, all that kind of thing, people immediately go, this is going to be a pain in the ass, right? This is going to be a lot of work and we're going to get disruption. We're going to get X, Y, and Z. So I loved how you laid that out there, Sina, because to me, that just sounded like real smart. I don't know how much you're promoting that flow, but I think it would be really important for you to actually build that out and let people know this is how we're going to do it. So you can get the ROI, you get the benefit of the software without any disruption. I just wanted to be clear in my head how that would work. So thank you for that.
And do you have any feedback on this process that I described, James? And if you can share.
Yeah, I would the second part of that process of share with us what your organization looks like, what your trucks, yada yada yada. Make that calculator available online where people can get a result, give them your name, email, and a phone number, and use it as a lead magnet. And just send out to every company, hey, here's just bomb it out and see how many people take you up on it. And then that gives you at least a conversation. But I would use that as a way to get people's interest, right? So,
yep.
Sorry, guys, I'm hogging. I apologize.
That's right, James. Thank you. Yeah, I was going to cut you off.
I know you were.
Hey, I'm going to interrupt real quick. AJ, before we jump to you, I'm going to jump in real quick. Sina, everyone would be disappointed if I didn't mention LinkedIn. Because if you go to your LinkedIn, which is basically free advertising, and from a branding standpoint, go into your profile, you're all about energy, which I understand that's where you're coming from. But where you're looking to go to, you really want to start to get that message out, getting away from the energy. Now, I suppose you could look from a branding standpoint, you're going to save energy and stuff, but I think you want to be more direct to help people understand what it is you're offering. And the fact that you're doing stuff in AI is great, but it's also very, I'll say, not fully understood yet. So part of what James is talking about is helping people understand what you can do for people simply and easily and improving their ROI. So just from a branding standpoint, I would definitely, because LinkedIn is so prevalent out there in the B2B world, you want to get that messaging there. And I know, certainly there are people that can help with that, including myself.
Thank you.
So with that, AJ.
All right.
You there, AJ?
Sina, one of the questions you're going to come across facing the politics in these companies, because they don't want to change. Now, is your system, I think some of it probably James have already discussed, is your system going standalone on its own, or it can work with, it can be kind of this decision support, which I understand, can be a layer on top of what they already have?
That's our intention, AJ, that we wanna be a decision intelligence. So we don't want to replace their system from day one. If 5 years from now they find it more valuable, they can do it, but not now.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, AJ. David.
Nice work, Sina, and thanks for allowing yourself to be vulnerable here. These, as you were speaking, these were the comments that I wrote down that I thought would be of interest to you. The first one I wrote down was AI scientist for a decade. Most people they don't view AI as a decade. They view AI as the last 3 weeks. There's something foundational there that I think is important. The second thing I wrote down was industrial engineer, and the things you're talking about, the way you're communicating are consistent there, which means that your language and speech probably appeals to technology people more so than a sales audience, that you're probably talking to here. which is why we're all trying to get our head around it from a sales perspective and just show us what the ROI is, man, so we can understand it. But your background and the way you talk is tech. And so I would just provide that to you as feedback. And then the third thing that I wrote down was case studies. But again, that's because, and John Rutenberg already said it, and it's what James is sort of leading into as well, is we need to see it to understand it. But there are other people that don't need to see it to understand it. And I think you're probably best aligned with that audience just based upon your background and skill set. It doesn't mean you can't work with the other audience, but you're going to have to push yourself out of your comfort zone to get there and rely on some people that are more aligned in that way. So I would just share that as sort of general observation. And then I put it in the chat, but we all heard trades. And I have a bookkeeper client that decided to lean into trades just in lawn care and went to 4 conferences this year for lawn care to be a specialist in that space. And it doesn't take long to be a specialist in a certain vertical. So I would share that as feedback.
Right.
Thank you so
Hey,
much, Dave.
David, appreciate it. Let's jump over to Sandra. Good morning.
1 moment. Okay. Computer's not acting right today. And Zoom is persnickety. I put a few comments in the chat. Basically, to simplify it, and one of the people just before me kind of spoke to this, tone down the tech speak just a little bit. Because if you can speak in a way that the average 10-year-old can understand, that means every audience will understand. So when you consider your audience and you address the 3 things, you mentioned pain points earlier. That's marketing speak. That's my language. So, talk about here's what's going on in this particular company. Here's the type of company. This is why the owner was awake at night, because they were dealing with, fill in whatever that blank is, so that you're telling a short story really in a way that people will pay attention and not have their eyes glaze over. If that helps you at all, I hope it does.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Sandra. Let's jump over to the laundry basket, Hyacinth.
I was like, who's that? Okay. So now that I'm somewhat stable. So yes, I agree. Like last mile delivery challenges is like the bane of like all my frustration, right? Because we move like around 7,000 pounds of laundry every month and we're multi-city. And so are you charging per user or per driver, per location, per route? Just so I can get an example of like what the cost would be.
It's per driver.
Okay, so it doesn't matter how many routes, it's just a monthly cost per driver.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. That was my question.
Thank you, Hyacinth. John Norse.
Hey, Sina, how long have you been at this business? Like how many months or years or?
I've been fully working on it since April 2020, May 2024.
Okay. So my advice to you quickly is I imagine you're spending time developing your product still. Is that what I gather?
Yes. We have the alpha version based on some data to show people how it works.
Yeah, just very friendly advice. The key to any business is cash flow. And chasing perfection in your model or your service is going to make you not any money. Finding clients is what's going to make you money. And I would just recommend you or this other associate find the time to go out and talk to people like Hyacinth. Whether you do business with her or not, you're going to learn about her problems and her pain. You need to go talk to 10 people a week and just find out what, maybe you can only help one of them. but you need to find out what their pain points are, and then maybe you can fix it, maybe you can't, but at least you're going to try to generate some revenue. I mean, 18 months doing this, or almost 2 years, you got to make some. None of my business what your finances are, but the only way you make money is getting out there and talking to people. So find the time to just talk to anybody, because it's an opportunity for you to learn, but it's also an opportunity to maybe make some money. That's my 2 cents. You got to get out there.
All right, John Norris. All right, we've got Melinda, and we'll wrap up with John Rutenberg, and I think we're coming down to the wire here. So, Melinda?
I saved the best creative idea for last. It was something I learned when I worked on the agency side, and we were always looking for what businesses are big, and we would look at billboards, and in this case, I would look to see what companies have trucks on the road in the Metro DC area and build a list of different trucks that you see, from delivery trucks and everything else, of folks that are out there delivering. That will give you some quick answers. Even ask your friends and family to do it for you too. And it'll be amazing to find out some of the businesses that are out there that are real naturals for you.
Great. Thank you, Melinda. All right, John Rutenberg, you're going to have the last word here.
I love this. And Hyacinth, I love you, and I'm going to not embarrass you, but I'm going to ask you to meet with Sina as soon as possible. And Sina, next time someone asks you what it costs, you say, I'm not sure yet because I have a couple of questions to ask. May I ask you a bunch of questions? Because you need a little bit of discovery in the warmest way. And as other people told you already, you're the tech guy, not the outreach guy. One has to hone that, but in the narrowest way, and in what 1MIillionCups is all about. Fortuitously, you were presenting, and Hyacinth has been a community member and has presented multiple times to us over the years, and is building an enterprise that is in your specific area. And at the moment, and John Norris may not agree with me, but at the moment, pricing is the last thing, even if pricing is zero in the beginning. And I'm all about cash flow, so what John said is 100% right. Okay, and the number of 10 to get 1 is probably right also. But Sina, and I'm happy to be at the meeting to help, or choose someone in this room to be at that meeting to help ask the right questions. And Hyacinth is a gracious person, and if you can save her money, because as you said, you're moving 7,000 pounds a month, multi-jurisdictions, that's a big cost factor and revenue and profit factor for her. I rest my case, Your Honor.
And John, greatly appreciate that. It's a great way to wrap up. It certainly talks about, I'll say the value of 1MIillionCups. Sina, thank you so much for your presentation. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to James. Look at that, James. Go ahead.
So, Sina, absolutely wonderful. Hopefully, you're going to walk away with a bunch of stuff, right, that you can start to think about. As John, I will also offer myself out there if you want to have a sit down and look at it from a commercial standpoint, like how you might want to work this out and message it, etc. But final question, right? What can our 1MIillionCups community help you with today? Is there anything else we can do for you?
If out of these target association companies, market segments, if companies that might be interested at least in talking about their pain points, I would appreciate any introduction.
I would add to that, Sina, you have your customer right there. Talk to Hyacinth.
Good.
Just start the conversation. That's all.
Yeah.
Start the
There'll
conversation.
be 28 people yelling at you if you don't.
And I have talked to Hyacinth, by the way. She's a gem of a person.
Awesome. Okay, so listen, Sina's just presented. A bunch of you, well, 30 of us all saw it happen. So what about you? Would you like to be next week's presenter, right? Here's some of the key benefits of coming and doing 1 million cups. As you can see, first of all, low stakes, right? This is stress testing. So you get to hear your own presentation. You get to talk about your company. We get to ask you some questions, which is wonderful, right? We'll give you some really good feedback. And I think the third and final one, the network expansion. Sina, you had 30 people on here all willing to help, right? In some way, shape, or form. And so you've just extended your whole network in an hour. Easy to do. So if you'd like to do the same, scan the QR code. You can apply straight from there, and we will assign you a coach, and we'll get you on for next week if that's what you want to do. And you should. So upcoming events, I'm not going to go through them. I actually posted these into the chat along with the links. So just go to the chat, find it. But you can see, hey, it's a DMV. There's a million things going on. So what are we doing? Yes, March 25th at the moment, we've got down as a town hall, unless one of you great people want to present, and we'll be happy to change that. April 1st is a hybrid meeting over at George Mason. We've got Sammy Dosa coming in from Robot Lab, and he's actually bringing a robot. I think it's going to be a blast. So if you want to come over in person to George Mason, do it. We're going to have some fun with robots. April 8th is open, 15th, so you can see. All virtual, but all open. May 6th, we're way out. Thomas Radley, you're in for May 6th. Right, I'm just telling you right now, you're in for May 6th. So let your network know about us, right? We, as you can see, I think we're a pretty fun group, pretty laid back. But yeah, share the news about 1 Million Cups Fairfax. All the links are in one place from the QR code. Stick around a little minute. I think we've got a little bit of time. Maybe we can ask some more questions of Sina or give more feedback. But hey, guys, first of all, thanks to everyone for coming. Sina, great presentation. Love you to David's point, just being there and letting us do this. And hopefully you're going to walk away with some really good guidance and information. So thanks to everybody for being here. I will stop share. And Mr. Foster can stop recording.
Done.